You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematic. Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, then each and every one of us is so sure. Go. Talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are. The blade is your implement. You'll need. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and don't you dare? It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clack.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with "We'll be fine." I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so... dangerous? Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here, whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've...
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other but you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a...
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose every... She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any...
Again, she offers no specifics, no matter...
Too long.
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of... She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting. She is. I'm sure of it.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here. Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall, and they're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm
doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stair... Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave. Your shouts and pleas, I'll repeat myself once again. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm. Just you cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. Before long you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you. Her fierce gaze meets... How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can... Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive! The blade! Move the blade!
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered... This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth. You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her. It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, you know I can hear you two, right? And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous Those are two very different questions, but fine. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen. The absolute irony. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do, which is honestly all the more reason for you to not buy into whatever But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt. If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was... Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. If it's the latter, what do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess... What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the... Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain inevitable threat to the world, You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts. Just be quick about it. She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you haven't given us an ounce of proof. What proof could you... Literally anything. Fine. Check. You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the words within. You find a note in your handwriting. It reads... That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our... I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please? You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to? Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do, I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a... Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because... Oh, of course you're special. Why? Yes, right. Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here. But I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate and not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take... Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the prince. The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. The only furniture of note is an iron table bolted to the floor. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. He definitely did not. There's a mirror. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the... There's definitely... There isn't. I think you know what we have to do. Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even... Very different. Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before. I hope this means you'll finally drop your ridiculous past life nonsense. So focus up. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how but it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation. Are you sure? She killed us with it last time. What? Yes, I'm sure. And I've all... Still with those past life delusions, are we? I hope part of that plan is don't give the world any monstrosity your own. Peachy. Whoop. Okay. You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the prince. Thanks. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering. Her voice, harsh but controlled.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking. So much for cutting her out of here. Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct... That was there last time too, wasn't it? It was.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in...
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Well, you do as she asks and sit on the floor. Still a...
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me? Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game.
I guess what you said back in the woods really was true. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's complicated things. How? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, a contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. Now hold on, if you knew this could happen, why didn't you believe us back in the woods? While I needed you to believe this was your first time here, even if that wasn't the truth. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of... Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous water. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. I won't. Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming. Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again, and now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's...
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything.
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself.
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional, or unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
I wouldn't do that if I... And why is... Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle, and it's one without... And what? Is it going to lock the second... I don't know. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all. What if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am. Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The prince... I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is... excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we?
What are we supposed to do now? Can't even cut ourselves out. That's horrible. It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information. Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch. No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's...
Yep. Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not. No. Nope.
That's rude. You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. This is so boring. There must be something we can do to get out of here. But there isn't. Time it passes and passes and passes. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both but she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work? It just does. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of... And let me guess. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work. I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first.
I don't like small talk. Remember?
Still rude. You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now. She hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't. Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement, until suddenly there are no walls. And I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
She's gone. Oh, and there's that mirror again. If there's even a her to find anymore. You're right. She's gone. It's just us. I'm begging you, don't. It's different now. It feels... I don't know. You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? Thoughts without connections, a dim and nascent network. I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. This one is determined, but also cautious. One that would rather let the world move around her than move it herself. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. How can the world have ended if we are talking? I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This, I promise that it doesn't hurt. You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here. I know only that they are. She is part of me, and part of me is her. You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends? You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that there is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will. I have not lived. I am not afraid to die. Everything, until we meet again. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own. You ask of things that cannot be done. How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unalive. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to sleep. While I appreciate the mental nevertheless, let me assure you, the prince, and before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because unless, of course, you do your job and unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. Are you serious? No. Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or... Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you... It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward. Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fish? Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the camp. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save Princess. The interior of... The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faint. Her voice softly carries.
Hello?
Is hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall. They're large and heavy. Far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of...
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door... Is someone else here? You make your way to the bottom of the stair. Easier for everyone. Look at them.
I heard the door slam. They locked...
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trap. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade, you cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole... No. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping with... How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she is...
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. As the princess approaches the bottom stair... Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here. The blade! Move the blade! As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance,
we both know this isn't you.
she nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly...
I'm sorry. I'll try.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is...
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it... For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort... Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel...
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. It can't just end like this. Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny that everything goes dark. And you die. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her. A terrible sense of deja vu. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe... Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved... Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try... Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in... We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. What can I say? A world without love is a... We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't... Those are two very different questions. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died. You were the one who did us in, villain. Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from... Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. I beg to... I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is... Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds... Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. If it's the latter, what do you think happened? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess... She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part... Convoluted. I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. That's right, you can't stop all of us. We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last... Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? Just be quick about it. She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite... Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the... Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. Look. I'm not... Oh. Of course you're... Calling us special isn't going to make us friends. Oh, believe me, the last thing I want is for you and I to be friends. I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail, just not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her... Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is... A warning. She will lie, she will cheat, and We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that come. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes this. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions... Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in. The blade is your implement. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub your hand, but there was a mirror, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, a soft voice can...
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than... I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all... You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy... My love! We're here to rescue you from your You know she can't hear you. She may not be able to hear my words. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two. Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but that's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but... Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. What? No, she's a prisoner here. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our... No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster. If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising... That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like...
You died, and now we're talking. I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. I'm not so sure. No. I can't let you do that. If you do what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain tight. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I can't believe it. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt...
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just... You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do? I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy. It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. You start...
That sounds perfect.
Oh, phew. She's back normal. What are you talking about? Our angel has always been like this. The princess takes your hand. The last hopes of the entire world slip. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happiness. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse, you love-blind fools. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she... And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the... That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no, did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed...
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delete. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Well, I don't know. Do you think I can?
Of course she can. Nobody is leaving this...
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on... And... The lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you our love was insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs. The blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the... You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the... You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? That's not how this works. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously. Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? And then you step outside. A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into...
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess. She's gone. Where is that? What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I do it then. End us all before I...
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again. Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. That it feels correct. This is what I need to be. With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed, but in this moment, all I want is to know myself and those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish. I will long for your return, but it will give me time. We will meet again.